Andy and Erin Marsh have been involved with the State Fair since its relocation to Grand Island. I mean, not only does Andy put together and organize the combine rides and the ag education exhibit for Case New Holland, but Denzel Rasmussen, Erin's father, was the impetus for the volunteer program. They've loved the fair, they've been a huge part of it, and they choose to support the 1868 Foundation because they believe in our mission, and it's an honor to have them as members of the foundation. Congratulations, Andy and Erin, on being the recipients of the Excellence in 1868 Society Award. You guys are most deserving. The foundation is honored to have you two be a part of our organization and hope that the work that we do continues to make you proud. The State Fair, being in this community of Grand Island and central Nebraska, means so much more than just the 11-day run of the State Fair. It's been said that the facilities that the fair houses out of alone brings in over $20 million annually to the community, which has a tremendous impact on local businesses and other organizations. And it's an honor for the State Fair to be able to provide that sort of economic impact for Grand Island. The 1868 Foundation is so lucky to have an individual like Terry Galloway, not only on the board, but at the helm as chairman. When he came on board with the foundation, that is the exact moment when the foundation monetarily really started to grow. And under his leadership and with his guidance and experience in the nonprofit world and love of fundraising, the foundation has grown tremendously, and thanks to Terry, is in a great spot today. Congratulations, Terry Galloway. You truly are a lifetime friend of the fair, and it's an honor to have your service and wisdom on the 1868 Foundation Board. Formulating a master plan, I think, is critical for the continued success of the fair. We need to look at every option from ground use to buildings to facilities to programs, and what do we prioritize? What do we need? What do we need now? Where do we want to be in 10 years? And putting together this master plan will not only benefit the fair, but also, you know, the Bonner Park campus, Grand Island, Central Nebraska, and Nebraska as a whole. And I think that the State Fair will be in a much better place once this plan is laid out and we know exactly what we need to do. It's an exciting point, not only for the master planning purpose for the State Fair's perspective, but I think from a donor's perspective, they'll be excited to see what their funding is going towards, what their funding, you know, what we're requesting and where their monies are being used, and knowing that the funding that people have directed our way is going to help build for a stronger State Fair down the road.
Well, State Fair is a great source of pride for Grand Island, for Central Nebraska, and like to think the whole state of Nebraska. When you look at combining all the different things that we enjoy about living in Nebraska, you can find it right here one time a year, and I think that's what it means to all of us in Nebraska. Just look at the last 10 years. We had over $40 million worth of improvements laid on the Bonner Park campus. Once we accomplished that in 18 months, then it's often been said, you know, if you don't know where you're going to go, any road will take you there. So it's important to know where we want to be in the future. So a master plan, or at least an idea of what we want to serve and how we want to do it, is so important for our community, but also Nebraska. Well, there's really not one thing that's my favorite. I just look at the whole event as my favorite, because where else can you have agriculture, family recreation, entertainment, food, more food, to all kinds of different events, but the people. And I think it's so important for Grand Island to have that opportunity to host and be a destination. But once again, it's a source of pride for Nebraska that I think is why I take special pride in the fair. Well, I was urged to participate from Lindsay Kepke. When we were recruiting the State Fair, it said if you're going to talk the talk, you got to walk the walk. So I was maybe the first person from Grand Island to be asked to be on the foundation. And you can't have an event like the State Fair without the foundation. And it's built around the energy and talents of people, their financial resources, but once again, people that want to give back positive people. So that's why I enjoy being part of the foundation, being a part of all the positive efforts that we all take pride in right now. Well, if you want to complement the effort, there's no better place to be involved other than contributing and being a part of the foundation. And I say that, but also my wife Jan, she's on the grounds probably more than I am as a volunteer. So when you look at the volunteers, you look at all the components that go with it, they all work hand in hand, but first you have to have the financial resources and the ability to complement the whole event. And that's what the foundation provides. Well, it's great to honor Terry. He got involved just like everyone else just to give back and use his talents, but lo and behold, he's been there all these years. Pretty humble guy. I don't know if he's going to speak much tonight, but obviously the financial background, the ability to work with people, getting along with Lindsay and me and the other different people is important, but it's an extension once again of his pride and involvement, and his leadership's so important. So congratulations, Terry. Well, congratulations to Aaron and Andy Marsh. When you look at their involvement, it's not a surprise. Since agriculture's at the State Fair, you have Case New Holland involved, and obviously the efforts of Andy there in agriculture and combines. You look at Aaron's heritage of Denzel and all the things that he brought forward and the importance in the community. That's just an extension. And so when you think of their philanthropy, their energy, their talents, what a great couple, outstanding, and once again, congratulations.
Well, from a community impact for Grand Island at first, obviously from an economic standpoint and everything else, it's huge for the community of Grand Island, but I think it goes way beyond just the economic impact. I think the psychological, the socioeconomic impact that it has, the pride that the people in Grand Island can take on the State Fair. But I think in addition, it's a responsibility of Grand Island as the host city to embrace Nebraska as a community as well. You got 80-90% of the population of Nebraska within a 2.5 hour drive of Grand Island. It's our opportunity in Grand Island to host Nebraska in the statewide celebration and make everybody feel a part of the Nebraska community and the pride that we all take in being a Nebraskan. Family, the ability for families to celebrate being in Nebraska, to walk through the fair and from the projects, the programs, the youth, the agriculture that's going on there, and the fruition of their efforts in those livestock shows, for example, and the pride that the kids take, but also the pride that those parents are taking in their kids, and then walking the Midway, walking through the food areas and everything else. It's a family environment, and it truly is an embrace of what it is to be a Nebraskan and to celebrate our agricultural roots and, frankly, seeing the next generation of Nebraskans come through and the pride that they take, and I think we're in great hands. It's an opportunity to give back to the fair, to give back to the community of Grand Island, to give back to the state of Nebraska. In the role, obviously, with the mission of the 1868 and the responsibility that is put upon us to help ensure that the facilities are still going to be, or will continue to be, first class. And I think it's an opportunity for all of us on the foundation, but also to share that enthusiasm that it takes to host this fair, but also to ensure its longevity. It's an opportunity to first of all be a part of a team, and it takes a team effort to put together a fair and to put together financial resources in order to be successful. And I personally I'm very honored and very proud to be a part of the foundation, and I think it's an opportunity for all of us to become part of that team and part of that framework that it takes to put on a fair. Well, within the entire community, but also with the individual entities that are involved in putting on the fair, from a Fauner Park to a Grow Grand Island to the State Fair to the State Fair Foundation, everything, we all have a common goal and a common interest, and it's to celebrate what it is to be a Nebraskan. And I think what a master plan does is it pulls all of those entities together to have one goal, to have one purpose. Obviously, each entity has its own individual goals, desires, dreams, and projects that they have in place. But at the end of the day, we're all proud of those facilities that are out there, from Fauner Park to the city of Grand Island, and obviously to the state of Nebraska. And I think a master plan pulls all of those entities together so we have one common goal. I think Terry's going to be humbled over the honor. I think he's going to be very proud of the honor, but at the same time, knowing Terry and his humility, he's going to share this honor with everybody that's a part of the fair. He truly embodies what it means to be a part of a team, to be part of a team effort. And the fruition of his efforts, but also from every individual that is part of the fair, I think Terry will accept this on behalf of everybody that's involved with it. And I think he's going to show, he's going to be very proud of it, but he's more so he's going to be proud of what this means to the overall state fair itself. You know, well, first of all, Terry is more than willing to share his talents and his efforts and everything to make anybody successful, be it a friend, be it a family member, be it a business. And I think this embodies what Terry is when you look at the passion that he has for the state fair. It truly is an example of what it means to give back to the community, to give back to those that you serve, that we serve, and to help the overall community and the fair become better. And I think that's what embodies what Terry is. Terry, congratulations. And I think we're all proud to say that as a fellow friend of the fair, you do embody what it is to be a lifetime friend of the fair. And thank you for all of your efforts. Andy, Aaron, congratulations for a well-deserved honor. You truly do embrace what it is to be a part of the community, to be leaders within the community, and we thank you for everything that you've done. And this honor is so well-deserved. Thank you.
Fairs in general are generally the most important part of any community. Certainly, Nebraska State Fair here in Grand Island is no different. Tremendous economic impact, but I think even more importantly is the social impact. It is an exhibition of the area's culture, their education, their entertainment, and certainly economics is important, but moreover, it's a showcase of who we are at that point in time. So fairs are incredibly important. You know, that's a tremendously difficult question because what makes a state fair or any fair so special is the variety, the multiplicity of attractions and entertainment and people watching. And so, you know, to pick any one thing out is difficult for me, but I do have to say, in direct answer to the question, when I see a youth, particularly a 4-H or FFA youth, receive a well-earned award, that moves me. So that's my favorite part. I'm a new guy. Been here less than a year at this point of this interview, and I am incredibly excited about the future of the Nebraska State Fair. Many towns don't embrace their agricultural roots and want to be maybe something more cosmopolitan. I sense that Nebraska, Central Nebraska, and particularly Grand Island, truly embraces that agricultural background. Look at the agricultural business that is supporting this community. That tells me that agriculture, which is very sustainable, we all eat, and so I mean it's so basic, but that with that agribusiness and that basic production agriculture available here, the fair and the community's future is strong. We may never be a huge city. Frankly, I don't want to live in a huge city, but I'm confident that Grand Island is sustainable and will be able to support the state fair in the fashion that we've come to enjoy it for years to come. The future is very bright. Is there work to do? Of course. But that's part of the challenge, that's part of the excitement. We want to make what's good better, and so engaging people and our partners and our constituents in accomplishing that task, that's pretty inspiring. I hadn't been in Grand Island very long, and I've only been here 10 months, when I met Terry Galloway. Terry, his first impression was a man of high intelligence, of impeccable, integrity, really savvy and astute in his chosen field of accounting. So he was impressive just upon that first impression. Getting to know him the last few months, and again, I know him less than probably anybody else in the room, but his sincere devotion and passion for the Nebraska State Fair is so awesome and so appreciated, personally and professionally, that Terry, you're just the best. There are several fairs that offer an experience to climb up into a combine. there is no fair, to the best of my knowledge, and I dare say that's pretty accurate, that allows the visitors to the fair to actually experience and ride in a combine for several minutes. What an awesome opportunity. And that's because of the local case manufacturing plant here in Grand Island. And I understand instrumental in bringing those combine rides to the Nebraska State Fair was Andy Marsh. So Andy, personally and professionally, thank you so much for your involvement and continued support of this tremendous opportunity for ag education, which is so important to the Nebraska State Fair and to all fairs. Andy and Aaron Marsh, I'm proud to congratulate you on your recognition and your receiving of this well-earned award.
Even though I'm no longer on the board, I'm Jim Reed, and I approve this message.
Perfect.
You like it?
Yeah.
In 2015, Terry Gallagher came before the board and was interested in joining the 1868 Club. I was really impressed with him and found later that my first impressions were correct. He has been a friend for the last 5 years, and I've really enjoyed being a member of the club under his direction. Terry Gallagher is a friend, and I would like to see you vote to keep him on for some more time, because you know I am Jim Reed, and I do approve this message. Terry Gallagher has been in my presence a number of times over the past 5 years, and I have found him to be superb in meeting people and getting things done. You can't go wrong with him. I'm Jim Reed, and I approve this message. Knowing you, Terry Reed, has been a real plus for me, and I appreciate all the things you've done and the things that we've done together. I'm Jim Galloway, and I approve this message.